Good morning from FAU Track
Good
in
morning.
Boca Raton, Florida.
Good afternoon, good evening. This is the June edition of the DNA Community Hive podcast. And yes, we're here at Florida Atlantic University in Boca Raton, Florida. We're celebrating Global Running Day.
Yes, Global Running Day, thanks to Brooks and Fleet Feet, Delray Beach, and Fleet Feet and the company as a whole for all your athletic wear needs for your fitness, whether it's running, walking, all the things you need. Hydration tools, athletic wear. Yeah. And so we're here today to represent, as Adam said,
the DNA Community Hive. And thank you so much to Fleet Feet, Delray Beach for having us here. And this is a wonderful event. And if you attended the event, because this is going to be airing after the actual event, we want to thank those that found out about it from our TikTok and our Instagram. And thank you for the community, almost 250 registered participants here. And that is amazing because it is early June. It is a little warm, but hey, you know, we can take the heat.
Yes, we can, because we have the power within, and we are here representing the brands that I, Dana B of Dana B Strategies, are an ambassador for, including the We Are Enough bracelets. And Happy Thoughts by Kristen. We're selling some of her decks, as well as I am an ambassador of Maison Palo Santo. We have a lot of their offerings here today, and we have information about Miles and Mindset and a founders round of the running and reading. So stay tuned, because we're here to spotlight community, and we have some pop-in guests coming soon.
Exactly. If you want to learn a little bit more about all of the products that Dana B is an ambassador for, we invite you to visit the Dana B Strategies website. The URL is right there on the screen. If you're listening, please don't stop and look at it if you're driving. Thank you for listening and driving. www.dana-b, as in bzz.com. The other thing that we did want to share with you this month, of course, is the Miles and Mindset. There is a 9-day Founders Round opportunity. We're going to get this going at the end of June. Tell us briefly about some of the authors that the Miles and Mindset participants are going to be reading their works from.
As it is a 90-day container, we have 3 authors, 3 books that we will read within the 30 days for each book, and then we'll have a Zoom gathering together to talk about the book. It is Carlos Whitaker, How to Human, Dr. Nicole LaPera for How to Do the Work, and Kathy Heller, Abundant Ever After.
Some great titles.
Great titles and
great inspiration. And great motivation to get out and do a little bit of movement as we get into the summer months here in South Florida or wherever you are. And before we take this short break, we did want to thank everyone in Sumner County, Tennessee, including Bram and Kenia Kane, who will be featured on this podcast a little bit later on in the podcast. They have a business called Path Recovery, and we're going to learn a little bit more about these former Boca Raton residents who have made their home in an area just north of Nashville. And they have built quite a business, and it's all organic and it's all community-based.
Yes, we look forward to learning more about what they are giving back to community.
So thank you again for tuning in. We'll be right back.
Hello, and welcome to the DNA Community Podcast. I'm Dana, and I'm here today with Joey from Fleet Feet. We're at the Global Running Day festivities at FAU, and we're all about community, Joey. Adam and I are avid customers of what you Fleet Feet are doing. Tell us more about the community initiatives that Fleet Feet Delray is offering right now.
Definitely. Well, Fleet Feet started all the way, before 2000, based in a small house home, and they really focused on being able to provide the community easier avenues into the love that is running. Fleet Feet nowadays focuses a lot of their outreach and a lot of their marketing focus on the community. They think getting anyone, walkers, runners, mothers, families, sons, anybody involved in running, because that's what it's all about. It's about interconnecting this and uniting everybody.
And it's a mindset. I mean, your body needs the gear that Fleet Feet is providing, but coming to Fleet Feet to have the community aspect of it, I think, is also really important. It's been important to me as a former employee of Fleet Feet, who I am also celebrating 50 years of existence. 1976 was a banner year for Fleet Feet and my family.
Awesome.
Tell me more about the local events that you're doing today. Of course, how was the turnout? Tell us
Awesome.
about it.
Honestly, larger than expected. We generally thought that because of a free event, maybe not a lot of people would come out, but definitely a lot of people did, and people that love running. We even ran out of pins for bibs at some point. But yeah, no, definitely the big run is something that Fleet Feet we have started to incorporate more back into the scene. Pre-COVID, it was really big, but now we're gonna make sure this is an annual thing.
Amazing.
We as well have run clubs available, paid for more tailored programming, and free as well every Wednesday evening. Just an easy route, 2-3 miles, kind of more of a get together, kind of unite Boca, Boynton, Delray, and anybody from Parkland and further beyond.
They're very excited here for that. I'm excited. We're looking forward to getting back in the group with you after our travels. And what days are you doing the run club?
So our free program, just for that kind of 2-3 mile get together, is Wednesday 6 p.m. at TRX in Delray Beach, only about 500 feet down Federal from our store Fleet Feet in Delray Beach. And then we do have, I believe, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. The second day is a little bit tricky, but for the paid programs, we are ramping up to our half marathon training. So if they do want to reach out, they can go onto our website. Our head coach is Adam Polak, so that's the name you could be looking out for.
Tell us about Fleet Feet, the experience when the shoppers come in, when the customers, they get something for free, which free is the word of the day. What do they get there?
Of course. Well, I think they get
the scan.
The scan, yeah, the scan. I was gonna say lifetime experience, but yes, they do. We do offer a full 3D scan analysis of your foot, and as well as a very minor gait analysis showing how your arches, ankles, and what pressure points you're putting on your foot. That's completely free, and that can be sent as well for free to their personal email. But based on that, we just give them also a free, really great experience into either entryway of running or kind of revamping what they've been using.
If I could say, I think the experience, the whole experience is you can't put a price on it. I think it's priceless is the word that I was thinking of.
Exactly. So, yeah, Fleet Feet's very unique in our kind of the shoe retail business in terms of providing that one-on-one experience.
And Joey, can you tell me where the store is located?
Of course. So it is going to be on the corner of Linton and Federal. More if you're heading north on Federal, when you hit Linton, it's going to be right there. I believe on the northeast corner.
Yeah.
I believe northeast corner of Federal and Linton. It's going to be in the same plaza as the Fresh Market and the pizzeria.
Nice. Awesome. Anything else you'd like to share with us about today? How did you feel?
Yes, of course.
I saw your mom and your dog were out there.
Yes, of course.
Too. Yeah.
Anybody is welcome to the big run. I was glad to see so many returning faces that I've seen at the store as well as new faces. Just providing people the avenue to come out.
Awesome.
It was great.
Yay. Thank you so much, Joey. And thank you to Alicia and all the partners at Fleet Feet.
Of course. And thank you to you as well for interviewing me.
Awesome. Hi. Thank you for coming along on our journey this summer. We are picking up our feet and going to plant our feet in other communities. And the one space that we had started was in Tennessee with our good friends Bram and Kenia Kane. They have created an amazing space, a family atmosphere to help support people going through substance recovery. And it was a very beautiful experience to be there and learn more about them. So here is a deep dive into what they are bringing to community. Hello, and welcome to the DNA Community Hive podcast. We get to talk today with and spotlight Bram and Kenia Kane. Thank you so much for the opportunity to sit with you and learn more about what you all are cultivating here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So we are here today in your space called Path Recovery. If you don't see the logo behind me, Adam and I have been able to be here with you. I personally have known you both. I've lost count of how many years. We've seen each other through many, many versions of our existence on this planet. And Adam and I both are in a season of wanting to come together and use our strengths to spotlight community. And if you both, I'll hand the mic, which is right next to you, Bram, to you to give a origin story, so to speak, of what Path Recovery is and how you and Kenia came to create this healing center, if I could be so bold to say.
Absolutely. We actually, it's funny that you started with that because we don't call it a treatment center. We actually call it a healing center. And we don't call our people patients or clients. We actually call them friends or family, because everybody who comes into the healing center is a friend or a family member of somebody out there in the world. And so when everything came about, it was a few years ago, about 3 years ago now. Um, I had a divine intervention from God, and my whole life and everything that I ever did was was a definition of financial success. That's what I thought success was. I thought success was the amount of money that was in my bank account. And I lived like that for many years of my life, my whole life, up until about 3 years ago. And I was on the back porch, and it was a divine intervention from God, and He gave me a vision to create something that wasn't for myself, that was for Him, and that was for the kingdom and for the greater good of mankind. And it wasn't defined by money. It was defined by helping others. And so that morning I talked to Kenya, and we had a very successful business. We did a lot of good home renovations, and
I remember tuning into the
yeah, we did
television
home
show you were on.
renovations. Yeah, we had
Yeah.
a television show on HGTV. We did a lot of really cool things with homes. But when it came down to it, the gratification of remodeling somebody's house didn't fill me completely up. And so I wanted to do something different. And so I went to my wife and I told her about it. And of course, she supported me, like she always does. So she supported the idea. And then it was just an idea. And so then I hit her with, hey, we're going to get rid of everything and chase after our dreams. And so that's what we did. And I was driving in a car with a friend of mine. His name is Charles. He goes by Ched. I'll call him Ched. And I was driving in the car with him, and I was like, man, I just am not happy with what I'm doing right now. I want to do something else. And he's like, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I want to open up a facility to help people that are suffering with substance use and mental health problems. And I just expected to be telling somebody in the truck about a dream. Little did I know his response was, let's do it. And my response was, whoa. Like, are you
This
for
is
real?
really happening
Yeah,
now.
do you really want to
You
do this?
opened
Yeah.
up the conversation, and that's what is amazing, that you spoke out loud
That's it.
your dream,
Yeah.
and the path was shown
Yeah.
by this
Yeah.
beautiful friend, Chet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I never expected him to say that. I thought I was just going to tell somebody about this dream that I had, and
I was like,
they were going to be like, oh, yeah, good luck. Yeah. Have fun, and I'll support you and, be your friend. But no, he stepped up, and he invested a significant amount of money into my dream, and into our dream. And he's given us the ability to do the work, and the work is helping people now. And so that's how it all came about. It all came about through a divine intervention. It came about through rediscovering who I was, who I want to be, what I want to be, what I want to be known for, how I want to be known, and what the most important things in life are. And the most important thing is happiness. And you cannot buy happiness. Uh, I've had $1 million in the bank and wanted to kill myself, and I've had no dollars in the bank and wanted to kill myself, and I've had $1 million in the bank and been happy, and I've had $1 million in the bank and been said that it doesn't matter. It's not defined by anyone. No money can buy happiness. And so at the end of the day, what's fulfilling to me and the true happiness that I found is seeing the people's faces when they come in the door. Kenya makes fresh juice almost every day, and
It's delicious.
Yeah.
We tried recently.
The
Watermelon
juice.
and
with
so
seeds.
yeah,
It has
and
seeds.
we get
Better.
and we get to see the clients, and we call them friends. Like I said, we get to see our friends come in, and they get to try this juice for the first time and see these new experiences, and they come in broken and hopeless, and we get to see them change and turn into these beautiful humans and creatures that people had given up on. We're dealing with a lot of people that have just given up on life, or everybody's given up on them. and they don't think that there's any hope out there, and they don't think that that they're loved, and they don't know how much that truly is incorrect, because there are people out there who care. There are people out there who know how to love unconditionally, and that's my goal. My goal is to just love unconditionally, and so if I can love unconditionally, then I'm able to help generate and pass that on. And then those people are able to learn that, and then they're able to pass that on as well. And so it's kind of like the movie. What movie is it where they do something good for somebody? And
Yeah, pay it forward.
yeah,
Like
pay
a
it
pay
forward.
forward?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So it's
Like a
like pay,
ripple effect?
exactly like the ripple
Yes,
effect. Yeah.
yes,
And
yeah.
so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to pay it forward, and yeah, that's how it all came about.
Amazing.
I'll shut up and let Kenya talk a little bit.
Well, I want to.
Yeah.
Recently, I know you had a certification. Oh, thank you. A certification that you worked really hard for. I was watching it on the sidelines and what you shared with me, and
Yeah.
that really took a lot of effort for you. And what was your drive to continue that?
It was kind of it was one of those. I was praying outside. I was like, God, what do you want me to do? Because I'm a little lost. And it kept saying, support your husband. Support your husband. And I'm just like, what does that mean? Exactly. How do you support your husband? And then I just would wake up and start writing. And I would start writing and just kind of be obedient and just keep trying, because I've had help. I had consultants. I had clinicians with degrees and certifications and licenses, and it just, I was kind of confused. I didn't understand it still. I'm like, is it me? I don't really understand. And so doing the accreditation, I was kind of nervous about it because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no clue whatsoever. I do have a bachelor's degree in science health management, but it's not the same. And I would never worked in a hospital setting. So when I took that on, the inspector came and he was very nice, and he's like, don't be nervous, because I was super nervous. And he's like, I'm here to help. I'm here to help you as a facility. I'm here to help the clinicians, and I'm here to help your patients. This is to something that to make everybody safe. And so being that just calmed my heart, because I'm like, okay, he's here to help me. And he knows the struggle of this environment takes a team and takes a lot of effort. And just kind of sitting with him, and I was asking a million questions, because you know me, Dana, I ask a million questions. And we worked through things, and I understood some of the questions. Sometimes I was like, I don't get what you're saying. And he helped me a lot. And then as the second day, because it's 2 days of inspection, he's like, well, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, no, it wasn't as bad, but now just kind of doing the things that we have to do, and just kind of, God, we got this. You are capable and able, and I got your hand. And so with that, just kind of pushing me. And so where I think I was telling me, like, support your husband, was like, he's got the vision. I got to do the rest of the things that come with the vision.
It's a good partnership.
So it's always been like that with us. Like we tried, as we worked together in the past, and he's always called me back. I need you back. And so, I tried to, do my own thing, and just, we always worked really well together, and it's just like, how funny, he's never going to give you an answer, but he's going to be there by you. So when you're stressed, or like, just take a moment and be still, and just kind of listen for the moment, and just do what the work is, it would happen. And sometimes we don't get the answer that we want, but we got to kind of keep pushing it hard, of like, I know you're listening to me and I know you're there, but how can you help me? And so I continued doing the insurance contracts. I hired people for that, and I couldn't get the help for it. And so just having that accreditation with the Joint Commission, for me, that was like a wow moment for me.
Huge accomplishment.
That was like, okay, that's like over and beyond everybody that I knew. That, like, no, this is years in this field. Like, I'm just barely touching it, like 2 years. And so just being that was like really, really big accomplishment. I felt really like proud of myself. I haven't felt like that in a really long time, so I was like really grateful.
It's a good feeling, right?
Mhm.
And you're going to be turning this into a place for people to come to feel safe and feel supported. So, like Bram said, that they're not alone in their recovery journey, because it is a daily practice. No matter if we mentioned earlier in our off-camera conversations that recovery is not just from substances; it's also from life and living through the existence of what our humanity has been living through. Really test your spirit, and if you're not held in safe spaces to feel confident in your choices, positive or negative, you learn as we go. So if you have tools and a space where you can feel held, and it's really a blessing.
Yeah.
What you both
Something
did.
that Chet and I always talk about is, and we spoke about it before briefly in the car, but is a lot of people talk about post-traumatic stress syndrome.
Mhm.
But we live through current traumatic stress syndrome every
Truth.
minute of
Mhm.
the day.
Mhm.
There's something going on that's causing stress that is currently happening, and it's how we deal with that. And our philosophy here, we call it the ODAT philosophy. And the ODAT philosophy is the one day at a time philosophy. So we literally live and do and thrive and breathe and get this energy and do it one day at a time. And if I can break it down to one day at a time, it's a lot easier than trying to think about what's going to happen in 30, 60, 90 days,
Right.
1, 2, 3 years out. Yeah, we got to do that too.
Mhm.
But if we only live there, then we really miss everything that's happening in the present moment. Like our two beautiful friends that came to visit us from Florida
Yes.
and spend time with us and do a podcast
Mhm.
and sitting
Mhm.
here and actually enjoying this very moment.
It's the only thing we have.
That's
That's
it.
it. Yep.
That's it. You
Yep.
plan as much as you want,
Right.
but if you walk outside and get hit by a bus and killed, none of it really mattered. So we really got to enjoy what we have when we have it, which is right here and right now. And that's the ODAT philosophy.
Yes.
So the DNA Community Hive is founded and based in South Palm Beach County, Florida, home of Boca Raton and Delray Beach. And Boca Raton is the common link for Bram and Kenya
Yes.
and Dana and
Yes.
now myself.
Yes.
But this is all about how community, again, is beyond a specific place. And what you're doing in this community is, I think, truly meaningful. And you've mentioned God's work. A lot of stigma is associated with both substance abuse and mental health. And walking in here, I didn't quite associate both as being so common. However, there is a lot of commonality in terms of recovery and coming out of both mental health challenges and substance abuse challenges. Perhaps the two go hand in hand. For someone that is seeking a path forward through an organization such as yours, if they're in South Florida, if they are here in the greater Nashville area, what is the one piece of advice you have for getting them in the door and staying here and making that step and commitment toward themselves and recovery?
Well, the first step is they need to admit it to themselves that they need the help. And the second step is to actually just pick up the phone and call. The second you pick up the phone and make that phone call, and I answer the phone, or somebody here, well, most likely will be me, I don't judge anybody. I've most likely been there. There's not much in this world that I haven't done. And I've hurt a lot of people, and I've helped a lot of people. And I know that God forgives everybody so long as they know and go to the Father and admit to their mistake and then make a corrective action plan from there.
Mhm.
And so we're here to meet you where you're at, no matter where that may be. And then we're here to walk with you along that corrective action plan in order to get your life turned around. And so coming from Florida to Tennessee is a big step. But making the first phone call is the biggest step. And
Mhm.
just actually admitting that you have a problem. And if you're even thinking about picking up the phone and calling, then you probably have a problem. because people without that don't even pick up the phone and don't even think about that because they don't have that problem, right? And but at the same time, we all need this. Everybody needs some type of recovery. Recovery works for everybody and anything. Everybody needs it. It doesn't matter who you are. There's somewhere, some way in your life where there's trauma that's been involved, and there's things that we have to work through in order to get to be the best person and best form of ourselves that we can be. That's a really loaded question that you asked. And so I appreciate that question. And it's a hard question to answer. And I think the answer to that question really lies within the person who's looking to make that phone call. And getting the courage to make that phone call. But I can assure you, anybody who does call, we're going to find them help. I don't care if they have money, if they have insurance, if they don't have money, if they don't have insurance. No matter what it is, none of that matters to us. We're not here for that because the people that are calling are honestly our brothers and sisters. They're our friends and family. I mean, it runs in every family. All four of us have somebody in our family who's dealt with addiction, depression, anxiety, some form of mental health in one way or another. Everybody sitting here.
Yes.
Period. It doesn't matter who you are. Donald Trump, he's got people in his family. Doesn't matter who you are, where you are, what you are. Every single person deals with mental health and substance use in one form or another, or they're connected to it by just one arm. So anybody out there who's listening, if you need help, you just call, and we're going to be here to help you. It doesn't matter what it is.
What's the phone number?
The phone number is 615-946-6992, and the website is Path Recovery TN, T like Thomas, N like Nancy, .com, pathrecoverytn.com.
In conversations last night, I had mentioned 988, which is the 911, if you will, for those in severe mental health need. You had mentioned that you're working in the greater Nashville area and answering some of those calls. Can you explain a little bit about that?
So yes, we're not actually answering the 988 call, but those are the calls that I'm fielding all night. I mean, I'm up till 2, 3, you saw me. I mean, I'm literally answering the phone at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So if you call that 615-946-6992 phone number, you are going to get a hold of me. And I will get up and talk to you. I don't care what time of the night it is.
Okay.
And so when we field those calls, now of course call 911 if it's an emergency, or go to a hospital. But if you just need somebody to talk to and you're trying to figure out what's going on and you call that number, I'm going to pick up that phone and we're going to assess the situation and then figure out the best next course of action to get you to where you path forward. We're going to find you the best path forward.
I love the name.
Yeah, thank you.
I think as oh hi, thank you. It comes down to, like you said, Bram, and the way I see it also is that we're all in this together. If we continue to look within to heal things that we have ability to by asking for help, we can ripple it out into the rest of our neighbors, our communities, and really change the planet in a total. I have these huge visions myself. This is one of the pillars of why we created the Hive, is to bring people together to heal and change the trajectory of humanity. And it all starts within our own bodies. And if our bodies are out of alignment, then we call upon those that have the tools that can help us. Because nobody comes out in this world with all the answers to anything. And when you are given your path in front of you, your parents, your siblings, if you have them, your schooling, you find a significant other, all those things, and perhaps create your own family. And I always say also, where you buy your gas, where you buy your eggs, where you, like, all these things are connected.
They are.
So
they are. We're all interconnected, and everything is one, and one is everything. And so I don't want to get too deep down the rabbit hole, but my beliefs are that we're all interconnected. I'm just as much a part of this coffee table right here, even as this coffee table is a part of me, because that came from a piece of wood, which came from nature, which came from God. And so we're all created and intertwined and intermingled in life. And so the more good that we can do, the more good that other people can do. And I just want to be in this, we call it kingdom business, and we're just in the kingdom business to help people and do God's work. I mean, that's it. And when, yeah, if God came here, he's, you know, I don't know where he's going to go, but I can probably bet he's not going to go up to the tops of the ivory towers and talk to the people up there. Yeah, he's going to come down to the streets and walk with the people who truly need him. Yeah, and want him.
Yes.
Dana, you have the final word as we are going to wrap up our conversation. Thank you so much to Bram and Kenia Kane.
Hi, again. Okay. So, in the path that you both are going through together, I'm sure there are times where sometimes Kenya's cup needs to be filled, sometimes Bram's cup needs to be filled. Do you take time, because you give to each others in your community, to give to yourselves? Do you continue to cultivate? What do you do to fill each other's cups, I guess I could say, if you want to, like. And we are a video PG-13 podcast. PG, I say 13? Sorry, am I going off the rails here? I'm going off the rails here. I love this woman like she's my sister.
We are sisters.
And so we are sisters. So I know there's an audience out there, and I'm trying to hear in my mind what they would want to know about Bram and Kenia. What makes you together? Like, what is?
Since we've been in Tennessee, we've kind of been in a community that helps empower actually couples, and it's one of those things like helps, we have the women's group and they have the men's group, and then they have the couples. And because every couple is not perfect, we all know that there's no such thing, and women can be there, and then the men can be there too. And so what we try to do is always try to at least spend at least some time together and disconnect from everything. And we've because the business is new, we've been trying to work on that, but we get a 6-month break because we do this men and women's retreat for the couples. And so we get to sponsor people and just bringing that light into their eyes, because usually people are going there to find something in their heart that needs to get filled. And just a kind of reassuring of like, okay, we're a couple, we're united, we're stronger together, we pray together, we do things together that we like. And yes, he does work a lot, and yes, I work a lot, but we try to find that balance somewhere in between. And then when we fall off the rails a little bit, in 6 months we got to do the retreat, so it's great. So we get like 6 months of like kind of a reset a little bit. We've done it for the past 2 years.
Once every 6 months, not for 6 months.
Right. Yes. For those 6 months, you were you're doing your thing, and then after 6 months, you get to check in with your community, and they bring you back to your grounding spaces.
And we learn something every time we go there. We learn something about ourselves, because we can't help the other person if we don't know ourselves. And sometimes we don't really know ourselves. And it's been kind of bringing me back a little bit. I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I do that. And so just kind of helping me understand myself to help my husband, and just stepping back and let him on his journey, do his journey, what he needs to be as a better husband, dad, business partner, and friend to our community. It's like a big thing for us.
I'd say the biggest thing is prayer. We pray a lot.
We do pray a lot.
Yeah, we pray a lot together.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much. It is an honor and a privilege to be here in this beautiful space that you have created.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
again, great conversation. So happy that we had the opportunity to do this for our DNA Community Hive and extend a little bit of Nashville back to Boca Raton into the entire nation.
Yeah, so if any of my Boca friends want to move to Nashville and you speak Spanish and you're a therapist,
come on.
the
doors are open.
We need to talk about the RJJ Foundation.
Oh, we can.
So we're a member of we are part of the RJJ Foundation, which is our partner Roy Jones Jr. And we are the facility that's going to be working with all the trafficked children that are being rescued around the world. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be providing the telemedicine platform that they're going to be able to get treatment 24/7 when they're rescued from the Navy SEAL teams that we have that we're working with the private nonprofit companies. And another good thing about it is all the books are 100% open. You get to see exactly where the money for the Roy Jones Jr. Foundation goes to. Mm-hmm. Roy, if you see this, love you, man. Mm-hmm. And he's our partner, and so is Johnny Damon. I'm sure you know who Johnny Damon is. Mm-hmm. And Johnny, love you too, brother. And yeah, so the Roy Jones Jr. Foundation, along with Johnny Damon, and we're going to be doing some really just absolutely amazing things for the kids that are being trafficked. And so that's a really big part of our business as well. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that also linked on your website?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
Absolutely.
And your website information will be listed here and in the comments. And
exactly, right on the screen.
Just continue to ask for help. If you need
That's
help,
that's all you need to do.
If you need help, ask for help.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you all again.
Thank you.
Thank you again to Bram and Kenia Kane at Path Recovery. They are located in beautiful Madison, Tennessee. That is just north of Nashville, near Hendersonville. The address is 1994 Gallatin Pike North, Suite 100. And you can learn more at www.pathrecoverytn.com. We're now going to take you a little further north of Boca Raton and Delray Beach, our hub, our home, to experience something a little pungent, but very, very special. A corpse flower is blooming at McKee Botanical Garden, which is an amazing space in Vero Beach, Florida. Yes.
And we are excited to learn more from the experts that know exactly what is happening. It's something I've never seen before, and seeing it in person was quite intriguing.
It's quite wild. And we did have an interview with Jose. We're going to share our experience with you right now. Stand by. And this segment of this month's DNA Community Hive podcast really stinks. Well, ha ha. So this is it. This is the corpse flower. And to learn a little bit more about what this amazing plant is, we have orchid curator Luis Ortiz here for the McKee Botanical Garden. Can you explain briefly what it is that we're looking at and why this is so special and magical?
So we are looking at what we could possibly consider the most famous plant in history. Its scientific name is Amorphophallus titanum. It's also known as the titanarum or the corpse flower. But we do have fun in botanical gardens. So since this is such a rare plant, we do give them nicknames, and we decided to name her Princess Pungent. She's been here. She's a recent acquisition. She was a gift from a private donor last month.
Oh, wow.
And she surprised us that she is going to bloom. So a little bit more about the species. So it is native to the island of Sulawesi in Indonesia. It's an endangered species. There's only less than 1,000 of them left.
Wow.
She's 8 years old. It's her first bloom. So it really, really is an honor to be able to have her here in the garden. I've been growing orchids for over 12 years. I've been a plant nerd. That's the truth. I'm a plant nerd. And never did I think that I was going to have the chance to see this in person. I saw pictures of the species. I've seen it on television and video, YouTube, Discovery Channel. And now I really have the chance of not only being close to her, but being the caretaker here in the garden.
You said the first bloom. Do these bloom repeatedly? Is that something normal?
No. So they bloom every 4 to 5 years. But from seed to maturity, it takes from 7 to 10 years.
Wow.
And they are unpredictable at the time of blooming. There's sometimes that you swear that it's If at the gardens, the caretaker swear that it's this year time to bloom, and it just puts out a huge leaf. The next year it puts out a huge leaf. So she can jump a lot of seasons. The reason is that it takes a lot of energy for her to produce that inflorescence. Talking a little bit about inflorescence, there's a misnomer where the general public thinks that this is a single flower. That is not true. This is an inflorescence. What is an inflorescence? In simple terms, it is when you have a group of buds or flowers on a stem, which can be branched or unbranched. This is an unbranched inflorescence, and it's the species with the largest unbranched inflorescence. And the flowers, you cannot see them. They're right inside at the base. Size of the inflorescence, right now she's at 6 feet. I measured her today. But when she is mature, fully, and we're talking about that she makes a corm of 200 pounds, that inflorescence can grow up to 10 feet high.
That is amazing.
It is.
Now, this tongue-looking thing, is that hard? If you were to like touch it, would it like go knock, knock, knock like a piece of wood?
So that's the name of that part is the spadix. And the way that I jokingly describe it is when you're checking like a watermelon to see that telltale sign that it's ready to be eaten. It's like hollow, hard, but somewhat hollow sounding at the same time. There's a really important part of the inflorescence. It does have a function in it. So it's one of the parts of the flower that potentially heats up when she opens, because not only does she have a smell to die for of carrion or rotting flesh, but also she produces heat. She can heat up to 98 Fahrenheit. To our viewers, just imagine you're in the island of Sulawesi. It's hot, it's steamy. You have a corpse under the sun. It's 90 something degrees. That's what a fly wants. And that is what she is imitating to be pollinated by carrion flies and carrion beetles.
Thank you so much, Luis.
You're welcome.
This is wonderful. We appreciate it.
Well, hey, darling.
Hello, my love.
The DNA Community Podcast back at our social arts studio headquarters, if you will, for our podcast. And coming up in July, we will be here and we will be sharing more details about that on our socials. So stand by. One of the things that we wanted to share with you is the fact that for us, community in a lot of ways is live music.
And thank you to 5 O'Clock Somewhere, which was created by Alan Jackson. He and his team put on an amazing weekend of live music focused on the country music scene. And I was introduced to a recording artist that now has a piece of my heart. Her name is Ella Langley.
Ella Langley is one of the most popular country artists right now, is exploding in the pop world as well. She has spent 27 weeks on the pop charts in the United Kingdom as well. So she's gone international. And we're going to share a little bit of her in-between commentary because it really hit us and our heads as well. Here's what she had to say.
And if you don't remember any part of my set, if you don't remember a single song, a single moment in tonight, I hope you remember this one right here. You can. You might feel like you can't, but you can. You can because of him. And it took me a lot of years to figure that out. But I'm so grateful that I have, and ever since I have, I can't stop talking about it. I can't stop sharing it. I'm so grateful that I get to live this life. I get to wake up every single day with a God that loves me, and I get every single day. So everything else is a cherry on top for me. And all I'm saying is if you're somebody here tonight that maybe you're struggling, maybe today's not your best day, I don't know why. Maybe you got stuff going on with your family. Maybe you got stuff going on with your work. Maybe you got stuff going on with your kids. I just want you to know it's going to be okay. It's just another day. And right here, right now, we're here together. We're not doing anything else. There's nothing else that you can do right now but stand here and be here in this moment with me right now. So I want you to be here with me. I want you to focus on this, and I want you to take this in. because we are not granted tomorrow. We are only in the moment that we get to live. And I'm so grateful to have this one. And on the days that you feel your worst, I want you to remember, no matter how tough it gets, there will be a moment that you are back to loving life again.
Screaming in the background of when she said it's going to be okay, that was me, yours truly, Dana B. And we were so excited that she also feels the same about everything that we have that happens to us. We have the power of how we respond, and when we have the power within, we can, the sky's the limit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to include this message in a powerful voice, one that is extremely popular around the world
Truly
right now.
talented.
So
Yeah.
thank you, Ella Langley.
Yes.
And if you are interested in learning more about these hats, visit the virtual online store at www.dana-b.com. Do you want to spell that
Yes,
for the
I
world?
do. www.dana-bee.com. Local delivery is for free and shipping costs do apply.
So we've done a lot in terms of encapsulating some of the experiences that we've had over the last month or so while on the road and here in South Florida, where we are based. And we thank you for visiting us on our YouTube channel and for watching this DNA Community Hive podcast.
We look forward to seeing you in community, and we love you. Have
We'll
a
see you
great day.
next time. Bye.